Hello, love campers. I'm so happy you're here. Today is such a special day because as you sit in your cabin this morning, you are about to meet your special camp counselor. And the camp counselor at camp is the one who is here to support you in having the best experience, support you in your greatness, to make you feel loved and cared for, and to bring a serious fun factor to the whole experience, right? So this is one of the most exciting times to meet that person who is supporting you. And the coolest part about LoveCamp is that every single camper has their own camp counselor. And I bet you're wondering, how does that work? Well, you're about to find out. So, to meet your camp counselor, we need to get cozy and comfortable and just go into that inner world where she awaits. So getting comfortable wherever you are in your cabin, getting cozy in your seat, and begin to take a couple deep breaths. And as you breathe, your body naturally relaxes and settles in, knowing that you don't have to figure anything out. You just need to be here in this time and space at LoveCamp. And with each breath, you settle in more. And as you breathe, you begin to connect your breath with your body and just follow your breath within. So moving inside your body, and as you move inward, you are aware that there is someone there. And that someone is your camp counselor. And your camp counselor at LoveCamp actually knows a lot more than you think. She's been with you your entire life. She knows your destiny. She knows who your beloved is. She knows a lot more about you than you would ever imagine. And she has your back. So, as you're aware that she's there, you start to sense what she's like. You may even see an image of her. She may look familiar, she may not. And it doesn't matter. Whatever you are aware of is perfect. She may even seem like a cartoon or a fairy or an ethereal being. And that is fine too. Whatever she feels like, whatever you sense, whatever that knowingness you have of her is correct. So as you become more and more aware of her, you notice things about her. You may notice her dress or how she looks. You may notice her size or whether she's above you or beside you. And just continue to kind of take a mental note of that. And as you notice that, you become curious as to what it is that she likes to be called or what her name is. So in this moment, just sensing in and tuning into her, your imagination is just going to give you that, give you a name that she would like to be called. You'll sense it, you'll know it, you may see it. It may be a familiar name, it may be like a name you've never even heard of before, but receiving the name. And just noticing that. And if you notice that she's in a place that seems too far away or too close, have her move to a place that works for you, because we're going to begin to get to know her better and have a little dialogue with her. So as you sense your camp counselor, you can refer to her by name. And because this is Love Camp, and a lot of this experience is about coming into that space to be able to create the kind of relationship that you've always dreamed of, your camp counselor is 100% plus equipped to address any of the relationship concerns, issues, challenges, worries, anything that is true for you. And so just know that she can hold that with you. So in speaking to her, as you look over at your camp counselor, speaking and completing this sentence. Camp counselor, or you can use her name. The most challenging thing about relationship for me is, and complete that sentence. The most challenging thing, or the hardest thing about relationship for me right now is. And then how it feels for me to be with this struggle or this challenge. How it feels for me is. And speaking that, you may be speaking this mentally in your head. You could even jot down some notes if you have your journal. But staying inward. And then the next question you want to ask your camp counselor is, what I want the most in a relationship is. What I want the most. And just listening for that answer within you. And then speaking to your camp counselor, because what I sense that having that kind of relationship, what I sense that will bring me, what that would bring me if I had the relationship I want is. And just noticing what feelings are coming up, like what that would bring me. And then if there's anything else you want to speak or ask your camp counselor, just go ahead and speak that now. And how it feels to be able to speak this to you, camp counselor. And just noticing how that feels. So now we're going to play a little bit. So we're using our imagination as we have been at camp. So in playing, using your imagination to move your attention from you into this image, this sense of your camp counselor, moving into that image and just sensing the perspective of your counselor. So when you're moving into that image, you're standing in that image and you're looking out her eyes back at you. And from that perspective, you will continue the dialogue. But before you do, as you stand in that camp counselor and look back at you, just receiving what was said. So in your imagination, just seeing what was said as a stream of colored energy coming into you standing as the camp counselor, and just noticing that flowing into her, receiving all of those words, the challenge, the desire, the feelings, and just noticing those words and that energy coming into you. And when that feels like it's completely soaked in, speaking back to the image of you that you see from here, speaking back to her, saying, what I heard you say is. What I heard you say, what I heard you share with me is. And listening to her playing back from her perspective what she heard. And then speaking from camp counselor back to the image of you, saying, how I am here to help you. How I'm here to help you. And speaking that. Just taking a mental note of that. Because what I see, and the camp counselor is saying this to the image of you, what I see in you, what I see is possible for you, what I see is possible for you is. Just taking a mental note of what your camp counselor sees that is possible for you as she speaks to the image of you. And then what I love the most about you. What I love the most about you. And then speaking those words. What I love the most about you. And taking a mental note. And then just go ahead and speak as camp counselor over to the image of you anything else that wants to be spoken. Speaking that. And how it feels to be able to be your camp counselor. And just noticing what feeling comes to you. Perfect. And then moving your attention, using your imagination by moving from the image of camp counselor back to you. And when you come back to you and you're looking back at your camp counselor, you'll notice that there's a stream of energy that you're receiving all that she had expressed, all that she expressed about what's possible for you and what she loves about you. All of those words are a stream of colored energy, and just noticing the color and the quality and where it's coming in your body, and really sensing that as it comes to your body, moving throughout your body. And when that feels complete, then speaking back to camp counselor, what I heard from you, what I received from you is. Just speaking back, what did you hear from her? What did you receive from her? Taking a mental note of that. And then what I'm realizing right now that I didn't realize before is I'm just noticing what I'm realizing now that I didn't know before is. And how it feels to receive all this from you. How it feels to receive all this from you. Just noticing that feeling in your body. And just finding that feeling of support in your body right now. Finding that feeling that comes from knowing that someone has your back. Someone is here by your side right now. Finding that feeling within your body, wherever it is, could be anywhere. Just trusting where your attention is drawn. And from that space, just noticing what color, your imagination's just going to give it a color. It'll just pop into your head. You'll have a sense of the color. And as you're aware of the color and where that is in your body, you'll notice that with each breath, it naturally expands and grows. This feeling of support and love, it's expanding, it's growing. You can't even stop it, because each breath it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until it is surrounding your whole body, so that you are in this bubble of love and support. And just noticing how it feels in all of your cells to be lit up and just full of love and support. And just noticing that, and from that space, thanking your camp counselor for being here with you, knowing that she'll be here with you at camp and beyond. You couldn't even become pen pals. So today, just getting yourself comfortable at camp and
LoveCamp, where we find our beauty. When we know we're worthy, that's when we attract. True love is always within us. I know when I trust it, it's my destiny. My destiny.